I'm continuing the conversation today with Army veteran and founder and president of Boots to Book, Peter Klein. Well, Peter, you're in a unique situation. The education benefit is an attractive benefit for military service. What are veterans saying to the veterans you work with saying about it?
Definitely. I mean, I think that it, just as you said, it's a fantastic benefit and they're really happy to be able to take advantage of it. I think in a lot of cases, it helps ease the transition at times and allow people to have a little bit more time to find out what they're truly interested in, whether it be, especially for starting a four-year degree in this case, when people start taking their GE courses and they get a taste of a variety of different subjects, they get exposed to some different career paths at their university. It's a really good, I guess, catalyst to their transition and their self-discovery. So they've been really enjoying that part. And then also the other applications for their benefits, whether it be a trade school or something of the sort, I think has been really fantastic. I think the self-discovery portion of it's been the best.
When you think about the benefit, what do they tell you about what's working in terms of how it all plays out and what could be improved?
Definitely. I mean, so what's working, I think, is that a little bit of buffer time and time to do some self-discovery. I think what could be improved is some backwards planning portion, whether it be a counseling session, whether it be a course they take when they're beginning, but really to give that foresight to say, okay, whether or not you know exactly what you want to do now, what are the things you're interested in, career-wise, here's what a couple different things actually look like. So here's what it looks like to work in this industry, in this one. So that when they begin their education, they're looking at picking a major, or if they're not doing higher education, picking a course to go through. They can actually do it with an ideal goal in mind, or at least a set of them, so they can backwards plan and effectively make an education plan at the beginning. So there's a few folks that I've encountered that have chosen a degree that isn't directly aligned with what they want to do after school. And that's completely fine if study what interests you, but your odds of success are going to be that much higher if you study something that's aligning with your career goals.
Mm-hmm. And since you do end up buying textbooks, do you have a sense of what this textbook stipend really should be?
I mean, close to double what it is now. And I think it's school dependent, right? Because there's some schools that have completely online textbook libraries and it's just one access fee. And then there's some schools where, you'll get 4 books per class and each book's $150. And that one class is already, at $600, your benefits are gone. Yeah. So it's a really tough battle, I think, for legislators to face because it's so school dependent. But I think that there would be a way potentially for like the Yellow Ribbon program for schools and the VA to work together to figure that out to where military connected students aren't facing a shortfall at the beginning of each semester.
Mm-hmm. Well, the GI Bill education benefit is continually enhanced. You have suggestions for the next round of enhancements?
That's a great question. I think in entrance counseling and periodic check-ins, and obviously that requires a lot of manpower, and so it's a difficult implementation process. But I think having that backwards planning portion of let me get you some exposure to what different careers look like. Maybe there's regional events of some sort where it's career expos to allow people to really effectively backwards plan. And then also more community building things. I think there's some schools with smaller veteran programs to where there's not as much exposure to the rest of the veteran community or military spouse community, really military community as a whole. And so I think both to combat isolation and also to build networks, it'd be really great to have some regional or statewide community building events for students who are connected to the military.
Well, you're very active on LinkedIn. So how do people stay in touch with you and also the neat things Boots to Books is doing?
Definitely, yeah. So Peter Klein on LinkedIn, and then Boots actually TO Books on LinkedIn. You can visit our website as well, boots2books.com. We've got a lot of really exciting things coming up. Speaking of the kind of self-discovery and career expo wise, we've got a career expo February 3rd, a variety of other really exciting events coming up this year, whether it be resume reviews, recruiter roundtables with some really exciting companies, or virtual hiring fairs. Everything we do and will ever do for the military community will be free. So make sure to follow it, Boots to Books, and see some of the really exciting things we have coming up. And of course, we're always happy to take any questions, any suggestions at info@boots2books.com as well.
Thank you, Peter. Thanks so much.
Thank you for having me.